Have you ever experienced a certain feeling when someone enters the room in a foul mood, and you can feel that aura flood the room like a dark cloud? That is a prime example of emotional contagion. I will explain the many matters of emotional contagion, including what emotional contagion is, how it affects others, the use of facial mimicry, and how emotional contagion affects people over the media. First, I will explain what emotional contagion is and how it affects people. The concept of emotional contagion is having one person's emotions and behaviors precisely activate similar emotions and behaviors in other people. In a way, emotional contagion is a form of social influence. If you have ever cared for more than one baby at a time, and one begins to cry, the other is likely to begin shortly after. That is emotional contagion. One factor that facilitates emotional contagion is the nature of the relationship. When people share the same goal, they are more likely to catch the other's emotions. If a speaker is conversing to a large group who is interested in the topic, there is a greater effect when playing on positive or negative emotions. Another factor is the intensity of emotional expression. It is not difficult to return a smile when walking past another, though it is not as simple when someone walks by with a frown to frown back. Next, I will discuss the concept of facial mimicry. Emotional contagion is the idea that people will synchronize their personal emotions with emotions that are expressed by those around them, whether it be consciously or unconsciously. People often use facial mimicry to connect with those around them. For example, have you ever noticed when a friend laughs, it can cause you to laugh as well? Research has shown that facial mimicry helps one feel what another is feeling. When you begin mimicking one without necessarily intending to, your internal emotions begin to change. When someone observes another person in an emotional state, they are likely to mimic similar emotions. If someone around you is angry, you are likely to begin feeling defensive and soon escalate into anger. Mimicry also works with the crowd to speaker. If a crowd is amped up and excited, it results in the speaker becoming more excited as well. This often happens during political campaigns. Mirror neurons are neurons in the frontal cortex of the brain that pick up social signals. People with autism lack these neurons, making it difficult for them to emotionally connect with others. Have you ever experienced the yawn response? When someone yawns, it creates a chain response. That is emotional contagion through mimicry. Now we will look at the positive and negative aspects of emotional contagion. Unfortunately, emotional contagion does have a negative effect on people. If you begin your day with a positive outlook on the day, but encounter people who have a negative outlook, eventually your mood will deteriorate. Although many people understand the negative aspects, studies have proved that positive emotions can transfer more easily. If you are in company of a friend who gets happier, you are, studies say, 25% likely to get happier yourself. Lastly, I will be discussing the connection of emotional contagion and the media. Many people in society have some kind of connection to the media. Emotional contagion is not only used live, but can be effective everywhere. One of the most used medias today is Facebook. It has been proven in research that those who see less negative posts on their newsfeed are more likely to post negative posts themselves. Another contagious emotion through media is commercials. Have you ever seen those commercials about starving kids or for animals and felt sad when watching? Although you are not personally connected to either of those topics, your emotions still flare for those subjects. That is emotional contagion through the media. The last connection with emotional contagion to the media is through texting. If someone is texting you and they begin sending exciting messages followed by those fun emojis, internally you will begin to feel excited as well as sending similar messages and emojis in return. I have discussed these essential concepts of emotional contagion, from what it is, the use of facial mimicry, positive and negative aspects, and how emotional contagion affects people over the media.